So we have all the information in one graph. So the right hand side is the forebody, and the afterbody is the left hand side. These lines are called stations, and together they form a complete definition of the whole. And from this we can also calculate the stability and the resistance. Yeah. So the water lines, already mentioned it before, form the half-breed plan, is this part. Again, it's symmetric, so we don't have to draw all of the ship, just the half is enough. For the buttock line, again, it's symmetric, so just have to draw half of the ship. And again, we cut the ship in regular intervals to plot the lines. And also there is two more lines that are called the large diagonal, and I will show you here. These lines are here, and so nowadays they are not more used, but in the old days they were used to be more precise for the length of the wood. Yeah, and also it defines a bit where the water goes along the hull. So here is a typical plan for the lines. So again, body plan. This is the shear plan and half-breed plan. Here is one example. Here is another example with all the shape. Yeah. So we saw the lines in a plan, but we can also express them in tables. These are called offset tables. And we found again the three coordinates, so I will draw maybe. So if we have the boat like this, then the x coordinate is like this. Then we have the z, and the y is in the away from the x-axis in the right, yeah, like this. So we can we can express the lines in a form of a table. That's the main information. So the lines should have some characteristics. They must be smooth, so it's called fairings. Yeah, and this means we should avoid the abrupt change in the curvature. And also the second point is that the plans have to be coherent, so that one point in a plan should exist in the others as well. That's important. And for this we have some mechanical tools to draw the lines, the perfect lines. One of the tools is NURBS, which is the non-uniform rational B-spline surface. So that are some tools to draw a smooth line. I guess it's from the old days. Now everything is by computer. But you can see some tools to help us draw smooth lines. For example, to draw a spline, we set to the point that we want the line to go. We put one of these, I don't know the name, and then we tend a piece of wood between this, and this piece of wood naturally has the the perfect shape of the line. So yeah, that's an example. Another tool is the tuft. So the tuft is we draw along the line the curvature. I mean the intensity of the curvature. Is everyone familiar with curvature and radius? So maybe I should explain it a bit more. The curvature is the second derivative of the line. So for example, if we have this, we have two axes. The curvature of, let's say, this point will be, if we can draw here, if this is the radius, the curvature will be the inverse of the radius. So if we have large radius, for example here, which is almost flat, we will have a really large radius. The curvature will be 0. And our goal is to have a smooth curvature. That means if we plot now the curvature along the line, so we have the curvature here and the line, let's say S, it should be smooth. It means it should not be like a kick or a jump in the curvature. This is really bad. And we can see it, for example, here is a jump, here is a kick. Yeah, we should avoid these shapes because of the flexion and the structural resistance. So yeah, avoid discontinuities. To generate a smooth curve, there is many ways, many tools, mathematical tools. It can be explicit or parametric, and yeah, to express them, we can use, these are all mechanical tools, mathematical tools. I draw some example here. So Hermite is this Bézier, B-spline, and NURBS. So yeah, there is many tools. I won't go in details here because it's pretty complicated. But just remember that it's for drawing smooth curves. And we can differentiate these methods in interpolation and approximation. Interpolation, if, for example, this, we know the points and we interpolate between 2 points. And approximation is more like this, like we have the points, but we have to approximate the curve between the points. But nowadays, we use the computer to draw these lines because it's much more powerful, and we can model and test our design. So here is a few examples. We can, for example, from the plans, construct like the model in this way. Also the parametric modeling. So I again use computer to draw the shape. The whole shape is really used nowadays. And also computer allows us to do some optimization in this stage. So for example, here we have some parameters, variables that we set a lower and upper bound and some initial condition, and then we run an algorithm to try to optimize the shape, and it gives us at the end the perfect shape. Yeah, that was it. Thank you for your attention. You have questions?